What up, athletes? Welcome back to my channel. We're back at Smythe Street and Hatfield Street here in Georgetown, Guyana. I'm going to show you what's happening with the new Brick Dam Police Station, which is behind me. It seems as if they're a lot closer to completion now, and suddenly one day I was passing, which is today, and found that it added windows to the building, and I wanted to see what those windows look like once they added them, whether they'd be one-way glass or two-way glass. But that's what we want to see in this video. Take a look. What up, Raffleitos? Welcome back to my channel. We are back on Hatfield Street here looking at George Street, the intersection of George Street and Hatfield Street. And that's the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception. That is the largest Catholic church here in Guyana. It's about 5:30 p.m. But this is what we're here to see. This building, that is new A Division headquarters of the Guyana Police Force, and they have added windows. So this building is progressing rather rapidly. Last time we were here, they had just taken off the fabric that covered the sides of the building, protecting the neighborhood from the debris, the dust that comes from constructing a building in a dense residential neighborhood. Now, all the windows, or most of the windows, have been added, and the building looks much nearer completion than it did the last time we were here. And the last time we were here, we were speculating about whether these windows were going to be one-way glass. And I guessed that they would be one-way glass, meaning that you'd be able to see out of the windows but not into the building. You're gonna have to wait until the building is fully open and they electrify it so we can see at night. Because the problem with one-way glass is that in the daytime, it's one way, right? Because the light reflects off the outside. It's coated with a silver mirror that allows you to look out of the building, look out of the glass, but not into it. So the light from the outside gets reflected, but it's partial reflection. So what happens in the night is because it's lit from the inside, you'll be able to see into the building at night. And the only way to deal with that is probably to use shutters, which you close at night so that you can protect the occupants of the building from snipers or people who are spying on what's going on in the building. So that's one of the first things I wanted to see, what happened when they added windows to this building, and we're now able to see that. In fact, it is reflective on the outside. In fact, I was here earlier in the day and I couldn't see inside the building because of the reflection. You could see the sky and the clouds when you look at the building, but I couldn't see inside. But I guess my speculation is that once they light the building and they put the lights on the inside, that somehow, if it's one-way glass, you'll be able to see the light leaving. That is, you'll be able to see the inside of the building at night. And I don't know how they're going to handle that. But right now what we can see is that there is reflective one-way glass on the building, on the windows, and it looks like a tower of windows, because I said, like last time we were here, I counted, let's see, 4, 8, and 5 or 6, 8 and 6, 14 windows on each floor on this south facing side. All right, so 14 windows on each floor, and they look like floor to ceiling windows, which is good for letting the light in. But like I said, it's bad for privacy at night if the one-way glass becomes two-way at night. But these two sides, this is the south-facing side and the east-facing side. You remember it's after 5:30 now, so it's after sunset. Sometimes what is called the witching hour? The witching hour, the magic hour. Yes, and what is clear is that it is not lacking in windows. A building not lacking in windows. So that's the east-facing side and the south-facing side. Now the other two sides, the west-facing side and north-facing side, have not been completed to this extent. We're going to take a look at them because the last time I was here earlier in the day, I was just happening to be passing. I just happened to be passing by. Took a look at it on all four sides, and what I discovered, okay, that's the evening rush hour traffic on Hatfield Street. So traffic that's looking east, right? East towards the botanical gardens and so on. And this is west, looking towards the river. Here at almost 6 p.m. on Hatfield Street. But yeah, this is what we came to see. We came to see this building. As you can see, windows reflective. Now, I think you can see what I'm talking about. If you look through the glass here, you can see the windows. Barely see the windows on the other side. That is what I mean by saying once there's a source of light inside the building, this reflective glass on the outside becomes transparent. And I want to see how they handle that, because at night, all these windows become transparent from the outside, and you become like fish in a glass bowl. Right? So the occupants of this building will become like fish in a glass bowl. Now this is what the west-facing side looks like. As you can see, windows have not yet been applied or added to this side of the building. This is the west. The side of the building that's facing west. They seem to be covering it with some kind of black paint. Black paint. But they've just started adding the windows to this side. There are not as many windows on this side as they are on the other sides. As you can see, they've started adding windows to the lower floors. And I guess eventually they're gonna add the remaining windows. And what this looks like is some kind of architectural detail. Right, the building has some interesting architectural features, and this looks like a frame that will probably be lit up at night. That's my guess. But that rib looks like a pair of ribs running the height of the building. It's some architectural detail, as are these, what I thought initially these were like balconies or maybe awnings, but they are of varying heights, just like the ribs on the side of the west side of the building. Maybe they're going to be connected too, right? So maybe they're going to connect to these ribs. What appears to be ribs. And speaking about these structures that are jutting out from the side of the building, it seems as if they are destined to be connected like this. So they're going to become kind of architectural detail that runs the height of the building. That's interesting, because it'll be interesting to see what it looks like at the end when they complete the building, whether it will be lit up, right? Whether it will be lighted. And that's St. Stanislaus College. You can see some construction still going on there. That's the expansion of St. Stanislaus College. And way in the distance, you can see that's a 7-story building that seems to be, well, was completed recently, like a year ago, and seems to be lit up at night. I've never actually captured it after dark. We're walking down the street called Manjat Place. This is the old remnants of the old police station, Brickdam Police Station, now what would be called A Division. And across the street, that 8-story building, somebody seems to have started some work on it again, because I can see some changes to the building, right? These are some new additions to that 8-story building across the street. But here we are on Brickdam and Manjat Place. And that's looking west towards the river. And that building, it's the newest high-rise or mid-rise building in Georgetown, 7 stories tall. I think it's going to be a office building. And this is the Ministry of Home Affairs. They've got their hands full recently. But yeah, this is what is happening with the A Division headquarters. Now, I don't know if that color is being applied, the black, right? I don't know if it's some paint or fabric. It's a base color for some future paint on the building. But it has been applied to these 2 sides, or 1.5 side. This is the west facing side with the ribs I pointed out that connect these eaves that are jutting out. And again, on the north facing side, you can see that some of the windows have been installed. Some of these windows have been installed, but not all of them. Not all the windows have been installed yet. And of course, interesting architectural detail on the roof of the building too. So waiting to see how that shapes up in the end. But that's the progress, guys. That's the progress on this new A Division headquarters. It's the tallest police headquarters in the Caribbean, currently the tallest government building in Guyana. And yes, I see here they're collecting, that's what I was thinking, they're connecting. See, they're connecting these eaves with some kind of metal that goes all the way to the roof. And then that gets connected to the structures on the roof. Now, it seems as if it's a decorative architectural detail, right? This is some kind of decorative architectural detail. But it's interesting to see how it turns out in the end, because one of the complaints I've had initially is that they missed the opportunity to create a building that was inspiring, that had some inspiring features. You know, if you think about what was being built recently in the Middle East, in Dubai and in Qatar, those buildings for hotels and malls and so on, government buildings, some of them were really advanced compared to Western standards. They're a lot more risky, modern, and forward-thinking than what was built in the West, in London and Paris and New York in the last century. So it's as if the Middle East made a leap forward in terms of engineering advances. And Guyana, I thought, was missing the opportunity to follow suit. With our newfound wealth, we have the opportunity to take the lead in terms of really inspiring engineering. And I was disappointed that we didn't take up that opportunity with these new buildings that the government, with its deep pockets, can now construct. But let me see if I have to rethink that, because as you can see, this architectural detail may eventually turn out to make this building more inspiring than the vanilla flavor and the vanilla flavored box that was being appeared to be constructing on the construction. This is the windows. I'm still curious about whether these windows are going to be one-way glass at night. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening here in the downtown area, downtown Georgetown neck of the woods. This is Brick Dam. I think this is Sandyman Place and Smythe Street here at the intersection of Sendell Place. So we're at Sendell Place. Across the street is Smythe Street. So Sendell Place only refers to this very short stretch of street that connects Kroll Street and Brick Dam. And then it becomes Smythe Street once you cross over the road there, once you cross over Brick Dam. But yes, guys, this is what is happening here. Back on Smythe Street, and this is what the construction on this east-facing side facing Smythe Street looks like. That's it, guys. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. This is, of course, the remnants of this short building is the remnants of the Brick Dam prison, a jail. It's kind of like a county jail that they kept on the site here, and that's where the fire started. Apparently, the inmates of this small jail lit the mattress on fire that started a conflagration that destroyed the entire Brick Dam police station. It's interesting that they actually kept this building intact. It's going to be interesting to see whether they destroy it, demolish it by the end of construction. But yes, guys, this is what's up in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let's see if you can see inside compound. This is what is happening inside. Can't really see much. That's what's happening on a Friday evening at 6 p.m. here in Georgetown, Guyana. Latest development on the construction of the A Division headquarters of the Guyana Police Force here at Brick Dam and Smythe Street in Georgetown, Guyana. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. Later!